Okay, the Mario movie. This is an interesting tale to tell. This is the movie that I made reaction videos for. And then I fucking waited after the last trailer was done. And then April 5th came. My fucking laptop died. And the absolute cream of the crop, I couldn't watch it. So I had to wait until the 8th. And then the 8th came. Still no laptop. So I'm literally making this video on the mobile phone. And then I watched it. And then when I watched it, I came with a conclusion. It absolutely kills the Sonic movie in every way, shape, or form. Every capacity that it had is fucking gone. It literally crippled it and then shot it in its head. And we cannot forget the absolute shit that was Rotten Tomatoes. Literally giving the movie the absolute worst score ever for it. And I never gave a shit. Because remember Speed Racer? I call it the Speed Racer effect. You have a nice ass movie, and then we just have these critics giving it like the absolute worst score ever. Giving it the worst reviews. Fucking hell. Not even in that moment when I reminded myself of the Speed Racer movie getting those types of reviews. I never gave a shit. I was just gonna watch it anyway. Alright, now on to the movie itself. Let's just start with the visuals. My god, the visuals, they're just so fucking good. Like, it's just almost faithful to the games. Now, I know that Shigeru Miyamoto was actually involved with the movie, but still, they absolutely knew what they were doing. Well, that's because of what I just said earlier. If only the other movie would do that. And to accompany those visuals, it is just so fucking fan servicey. Like, there's just so many things in this movie. Now, I would talk about most of them, but you know what? Here, let me just show you. See? And not only that, the way everything was placed. Holy shit! Like, if it doesn't matter if it's from the game or not from the game. Because the way they did it was just so fucking creative. Now for the soundtrack. You know what? No, not the soundtrack. The audio in this movie. Whether it was new, or at least remade for the movie, or even pre-made, pre-existing versions, or even just pre-existing songs from other artists. I'll just say this, they executed it well. Like, they literally used the actual sounds from the games in this movie. Like, I remember in one of the trailers, I think it was like the second one I would like to say, I remember it had like a different sound when Mario stepped on this platform, and then it turns out to be like one of those falling platforms, so he falls down too. Yeah, they replaced that sound with something else in the final product. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The part where Mario, Peach, and Toad were selecting their carts. And they actually had the Mario Kart 8 sounds on it. Hell no, even the Minions skit in the intro literally had sounds from that game. The fact that they picked Take On Me for the Kong taxi scene, that's just epic. I watched every frame, every single frame of that scene. The way the track was arranged, the way it was just made. The way it was built, everything populating it. It's as if the only law of the road was to live on the fucking edge, literally. All of that accompanied with Take On Me. That's just amazing. No Sleep Till Brooklyn in the Brooklyn scene, where Mario and Luigi were running, and everything just looked like something out of a Mario game. It really makes you think, what would happen if it was actually in a Mario game? Now for the plot, I don't exactly know what to say about it, because it's really just what it is usually, but with switched roles. Instead of Peach being rescued, it's really just his brother instead. Although he really does have to save a bunch of other people because of them being captured. But I don't exactly know what to make of it. It's cool, I guess. Nothing too game-changing. But hey, this is literally the first movie. So pretty much right here, we're only scratching the surface. Maybe in the second movie, we'll see something new. Besides Bowser. Because now, he's just a turtle. Also, the movie's kinda underwhelmingly short. Though then again, they could always just fix that in the sequel. To summarize, if I had to give this movie a score from 0 to 5, I'd give this movie a 4. No, it's great and all, but again, maybe the length. That and the suicidal Luma. Now, it was a little funny, but at one point, it just got a little repetitive. So that's probably just me. I feel like the way it could have played out was the first time they showed up, and then the end credits. Maybe as a way of saying, fuck, it's this guy again. And then they just proceed to play jazz. But really, I think the biggest issue, though to be fair, there probably wasn't another way to execute this differently, but it's really a swapped out version of what we've been getting since the first Mario game. Only this time, instead of the princess getting captured, it's his brother. Even with that, everything this movie has provided has outweighed those flaws, which easily makes up for them. The fact that this movie literally got me to review it, even though I never did an actual review before, tells you something. It's just that great. So yeah, this is an actual Sonic fan telling you to go watch it. Definitely recommend it. This Sonic fan also says that it literally kills the ever-loving fuck out of the Sonic movie.